All right, so let me explain this template that I made. So this is going to be how you can make your 3D model of your CO2 car in Onshape. This video is primarily going to be focused on just carving out the wood blank and getting it just like basic cut lines. And then for those of you who are going to do a full model with the rounded corner solid stuff, I'll do that in another video and also give you access to the wheel files so you can do assemblies and stuff with that. So what I've done to give you a template, this is your block of wood, or the shape it is, and everyone's going to do this. So the block of wood is the solid that's here. Now I already, drilled the CO2 cartridge in, and I've also, in the sketch that goes on the side, like I've asked you to draw ahead of time, and on the top, like I've had you sketch ahead of time, there's these rectangles here and here. Those areas are where you're not allowed to cut because that includes the CO2 cartridge and the spacing of material around the CO2 cartridge that's needed to prevent the CO2 cartridge from going rogue. So what you can do, and I'll just run through a quick example. Sketch 4 is going to be our top view. Oop, there we go. So now I can look at it straight down. I'm going to draw lines that can be the outline of it. You can use arcs, you can use circles, rectangles, whatever. We just can't have anything get less than 1/4 of an inch, except for the area around that. So I can go like that. Because just so you know, so inside that rectangle, I have already for you I've already given you the buffer basically for it. So if I want to do an arc, maybe start it here, end it there, and then I'll bend it maybe like that. Don't forget, you are allowed to make it a little shorter. So maybe I leave it like that, and then I am going to go to like a wedge. So I only drew half of it because the top is symmetrical and you really want it to be symmetrical. We don't want to kind of be guessing on symmetry. So I drew one side of it, and then what I'm going to do is I'll use the mirror command. So select a mirror line. I put the mirror line in for you, select entities to be mirrored, and then I can go through and click on the different lines I drew, and there you go. So now I can see the profile of the things I want. So I'm just going to click check mark for now. So that's all in there. So that would be, if I was cutting it, about how it would cut. So I would take it to the bandsaw with that traced on it, and I would cut those shapes. Let me draw the side view. The side view is in sketch 5. And I can click on the side view. And again, like that's your no cut area. So don't do anything to that area. Can use an arc. Again, I'll maybe do like that. It'll be cool. Whoop. So I can't go above the material, but I can go through the material. So smaller arc. There's a little bit of a lag while I'm doing this. Sorry about that. Trying to get it to snap. There we go. Because I already have it like outlined for you. And then I'll bring that back over here just so I have an enclosed shape. You might have to trace over things multiple times. Onshape really doesn't like lines that you didn't explicitly tell it like, hey, this line connects to this line. Therefore, it's a shape. So make it a shape. So if you think something's not extruding or something's not working, you might have to trace back over it a couple times. Just make sure you're in sketch 5. So sketch 5 is going to be the side view. Sketch 4 is the top view. So let me pop this into the corner, just so I can see an isometric view. There we go. So I see my top view and my side view. So now what I can do, I'm going to start with my side view, and I'm going to extrude. And this is going to be a little different. If I can get the shape of my car, there's two ways to do this. You can do subtractive or you can do intersect. So if I select the shape of my car, I'm going to go the other way. So I can put -1. Does it do it? Actually going to need to be like -1.5 or -2. There we go. And then if I choose intersect, oops, I need it to go. You can drag the arrow. This is where it gets a little tricky. There we go. So if I drag it through the solid while intersect is selected, it's only going to keep the parts that are intersecting what I drew. This is probably the preferred way to do it. Let me just kind of close this and show you the other way to do it, and then I'll go back to this way. The other way to do it, which I think is not as easy, is you can do remove, and you can select the spaces that you're cutting away. So I'd be cutting away that and this part here, but you see how it's not selecting it? It's having a hard time figuring out that that's what I want. So I'm going to say that's probably not the best way to do it. Because the shape that I drew, I know for sure is an enclosed shape, it's going to be easier for me to do intersect. This is going to have to be like 2. If it does go the wrong way, why don't you try clicking opposite direction instead of negative? But now I can click on that. It goes too far through, which is fine. I do need that actually as well. So I need to actually select, whoops, extrude, okay, intersect, okay, I need that, and we're going to go like 2 inches, so it goes all the way through. Click off of it. There we go. You need to keep that block in there. And then we get to play the game of trying to select what we want to select. I want that, and I want that. There we go. If things don't work, you can always close it and reopen it, but there we go. So it's going all the way through. It includes the area for my CO2 cartridge. Perfect. Now I want to bring down my top extrusion. And again, because see how it's selecting the entire shape when I'm just hovering over? That's a good sign, because if it's not selecting the whole shape, probably means that it's not what it thinks is enclosed. So I'm going to select there, 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 to get it, and then there. Perfect. So that's the stuff I want. However, again, I want to do intersect. And I mean, I need this to go down like pretty far. It doesn't really matter what you put, because as long as it passes through the object, it should work. There, I don't know why that did it. I just hit flip a couple times and then it figured it out. This is flip, so just blind opposite direction. There we go. So now I can see the 3D view of whatever it is that I would be modeling. Now, if you need to go back and change something, it is going to be a pain, but let's say I needed to go back and change my side view. That was, I believe, this extrusion. Yeah. So then you could redo that intersect extrusion to make a different shape if that's what you wanted to do. But that's how you're going to get the basic model from my template that I will provide in the link on this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.